I know a thing or two about Los Angeles, California. I've been out here for 53 years and I've seen lots of changes take place, some good, some not so good. And today I want to share with you 9 things I think you should know about before moving to Los Angeles, California. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the community and you're watching one of our videos for the first time, I want to welcome you. And if you want the most thorough, deep dive, all things Los Angeles, well, this is the channel that does just that for you. So go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to ring the bell so you can get notified on any current market updates in the Los Angeles area. My name is James, and I receive tons of calls and emails every day from people just like you, ready to make a move to Los Angeles, California. And I absolutely love it. And if you're ready to make a smooth move to Los Angeles, California, we got your back. So go ahead, shoot us a text, send us an email, give us a call, and we have your back when you're ready to make a smooth move to Los Angeles, California. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The 9 things that I think you should know about before moving to Los Angeles, California. So if you're looking to purchase a property, the first thing you have to do if you're not paying all cash is that you need to get pre-approved with a lender. And I mean a lender that's reputable, qualified to get you a loan, so you can go ahead and make the purchase and write a firm offer opposed to a conditional one. So how that works is that you send your lender all the information like bank statements, credit report, anything, verify your employment, things of that nature. You're going to go ahead and want to shop a few lenders to make sure that you can get the best rate possible, because it's going to be based on several things like income, credit worthiness, things in that nature. Your lender will be able to tell you all those things. So make sure that you absolutely get pre-approved before coming out to Los Angeles. And it's also a prerequisite for me. I can't work with you if you're not pre-approved, because I'm not going to waste my time and or your time or anybody else's time if you're not pre-approved, and you can't actually obtain financing if you're not paying all cash. So that's number 9 on my list right there. So let's go ahead and go to number 8. Number 8, you're going to want to plan a visit. And what I recommend is that you take about 2 days, and the first day you're going to want to go ahead and drive the Los Angeles area by yourself. Now, of course, I'll give you a map to drive around the different areas, give you some ideas of where to go, but you're going to want to get a feel of all the different neighborhoods, areas, and see some homes on the outside so you're comfortable looking at different aspects of the entire county as itself. The second day, I'll go ahead with you and take you to some actual properties so you can actually have a chance to take a look at them on the inside and see if that's something you want to purchase. So that's going to be number 8, is scheduling your visit with me. Okay. Number 7 is that you need to be prepared for aggressive driving here in Los Angeles, right? So it is not like areas in the Midwest, maybe a small town in Kansas, somewhere in Oklahoma. It is nothing like it. If you haven't driven in Los Angeles before, you're in for an experience. So be very, very prepared. You've probably seen on the news almost every day here, we have like a high-speed chase or some kind of weird car chase. It's world known. We're like the capital of the car chase community. So be very, very aware, and just take it easy when you're here. Try to don't let it bother you. It could get very annoying, if you will, and you just have to be patient and understand that everybody here likes to speed up just to tailgate. So just understand that you're not where you're coming from. If you're like in New York or Chicago maybe, but it's not even as bad there as it is here in terms of driving. So that is number 7, is the aggressive driving. Next, number 6 is that make sure you have transportation, right? So unless you have a really thick wallet and you can spend it on Uber and Lyft every day, you're going to want a vehicle. Get some type of vehicle here. Los Angeles County is huge. you're going to definitely not want to take Uber and Lyft or taxis here. You're going to spend all your money very quickly. So transportation is a must, and I recommend you getting a small vehicle, parking here. Okay, you want to make sure that you can get into the small parking spots, and also in conjunction with that, there's tons of meter parking in places like Santa Monica, LA, Venice. In the metro area, there's tons of areas where you have to pay for parking, and it's really tough if you have a big vehicle to get in and out of those areas. So make sure that you have a small vehicle, or if you can, even have a motorcycle. That might even work out well. But once again, that could be dangerous here with the aggressive driving. Okay, so transportation is a must. Understand that. Okay, so number 5 on the list is try to work close from home. So this kind of goes in with the last one, right? You're having a vehicle. So if you're able to either work from home or work within a few miles, because traffic here is a nightmare. I could tell you right now, I have personally spent hours on the freeway going either 5 or 10 miles, and it's taken hour, 2 hours, sometimes a rush hour. Obviously early mornings, late evenings are terrible, but Los Angeles is so busy now where almost all day the traffic is really bad. So I'm going to tell you that you're going to want to get a job, or try to get a job near your workplace, and your workplace near your home. Okay, so that's number 5 on the list. So next, I'm going to share with you here my screen, because we have a few things that I want to show you here. We're going to get right into this here. So cost of living, number 4. Cost of living in Los Angeles can be outrageous if you're not used to paying high prices, basically. So I just want to go over a quick brief view here that you can get a summary. So this is pretty much updated right now, and these are just averages. So you're going to see here a family of 4 estimated monthly cost is just under $4,000, and that's without rent or a mortgage. Okay, so that's pretty hefty for somebody that's not used to spending a lot of money, right? So a family of 4 would be just under 4,000. A single person estimate monthly cost is just a little over 1,000, and that's without rent. So it says right here in Los Angeles is about 20% less expensive than New York, right? That's to see the cost of living index, but that's just on an average, right? So rent in Los Angeles is on average 25% lower than New York, but that's just in the Los Angeles metro area. That doesn't cover everything. Just as an example, just to see some expenses here, you have restaurants. A meal, inexpensive restaurant is going to be around $11 to $30, and that's a price range. So these are all price ranges, but this gives you a really good idea here, everything from restaurants to markets on what you're going to spend. And I'll tell you right now, personally, gas is about like almost $4.50 here on the average a gallon. Always more here in California, especially Los Angeles, than most other places. So be prepared to pay a lot of money for gas. I would recommend maybe getting an electric car. So me personally, I've spent $100 a week just filling up my tank, just because right now with current market conditions. So just be prepared for that, okay? We've got transportation, how much it is here, local transport, monthly passes, you got utilities monthly. On average for an apartment or a condo, something about 1,000 square feet, you're going to pay about $150, $160 for your utilities, and that's for electricity, heating, cooling, and that nature. So you've got all these different expenses here, and these are the averages. So overall, Los Angeles is about 25 to actually 50% higher than most other areas for everything from housing and food and gas. So you're going to be paying a lot more. So just be prepared when you do move to Los Angeles. So let's go next on the list to number 3. Number 3. So we want to look at schools. So some of the best schools in the area. Okay, you're going to see here in the dark purple. So here you have, this area here is the downtown Los Angeles area, and you're going to see here in the dark purple, like this is anywhere near the beach. So your more expensive communities are going to be better schools because there's more private schools. Okay, so, but for public schools, okay, you're going to see here the darker areas. Okay, this is the Topanga Canyon area near the beach there. You're going to have, and over here, you're going to have Pasadena area actually has a lot of really good schools. Arcadia, Pasadena. There's a lot of good public schools over there. So you're going to have to decipher if you have children and you're moving out here. You're going to have to look in the areas for private and public schools, but understand that some of the areas that you get closer to, like the beach or just in general, the areas like Bel Air, Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, all those areas have really, really great schools. And of course, many of them are private. So you're going to definitely want to take a look at that. And you can see here on the map as I go over some of these, where they are and where they pop up. The darker areas, of course, in purple, as you can tell, Brentwood. Okay, so these areas are the better school district areas. Okay, number 2, let's jump into something that most don't like to talk about. Crime. Crime is obviously a problem wherever you go. This is based on really for cities that are at least 100,000 with a population of at least 100,000. So let's take a look here. Okay, the most dangerous is dark. So you're going to see here, if I zoom in a little bit here. Okay, once again, this here, this is the downtown Los Angeles area here, and all this area here is Southgate, Linwood, Watts, Inglewood. So all these areas down here typically have more crime. And then this is East LA over here, some pockets in East LA. And we're not even getting into what's up here is the San Fernando Valley. And this area here is that's a whole nother big area of Los Angeles. It's the suburbs, but I'm just focusing right now basically like on about a 15 to 20 square mile of downtown. So all of these areas here, you're going to notice your nicer areas are usually on the outskirts of the main city. So you've got areas over here like El Segundo, which is nice. You've got Santa Monica, you've got Brentwood, you've got Westwood, you've got Beverly Hills, you've got Bel Air. You're going to have all those areas are really nice, of course, and you've probably heard about those. So as for crime, you're going to want to probably stay out of the areas down here unless that's something you enjoy, but I can probably guess that you're not going to enjoy that too much. So just understand when taking a look around with yourself and then myself accommodating you, that we're going to probably stay out of these areas here. Okay, and so the number 2 and number 1 are kind of combined here, and I want to go ahead and share this with you. So this is earthquakes. So earthquakes happen here frequently. Now you have probably heard about this here. Okay, so this is downtown Los Angeles. This is the entire county of Los Angeles here, this big area here, right? So the San Andreas actually goes from the northwest to the southeast, and it's just north of Los Angeles County. It actually passes through Los Angeles County and then goes southeast into the San Bernardino and then San Diego counties, and it turns into the Imperial Fault. So what we have here are basically smaller fault lines that run through the greater Los Angeles area, and you're probably familiar with some of the bigger ones. So back in 1994, we had what was the Northridge earthquake, which was about a 7.0. It was technically 6.7, but they downgraded it, and it was a 7.0 to begin with. But that was right in here. So the Northridge fault runs through here, and then you've got other faults here. So you've got to zoom in a little here so you can understand. So and mainly 2s and 3s happen a lot here. You don't feel them because you're always moving around, but understand, like here you've got the Inglewood Newport fault that actually goes about 30 miles in this direction. A lot of the faults actually go the same way, like from northwest to southeast, and you've got a lot of areas that the ground is actually like soft, kind of marshy. That's what a lot of this area is here, and it was originally. So That's why you've got a lot of building damage when we do have earthquakes, because of the fact that the ground is like liquefaction takes place. And so that's what happens. But anyways, you'll see here, you've got like out in this area here, we had the Whittier quake, and that was almost I think near a 6 back in the late 80s. And you know, recently we've had a few earthquakes in this area here, right here on the Inglewood Fault, that were I think around a 4, a 3.5 or 4. So they do occur on a daily basis, small ones anywhere from, like I said, you have 1s, 2s, 3s, a lot of them you won't feel, but just be aware that there are many earthquake faults overall in the area. And it's not to scare you, but you know, some places have hurricanes, some places have tornadoes. Well, we have earthquakes. In fact, I was here in the Northridge earthquake in 1994, and let me tell you, it was terrifying. It felt like a plane hit the house about 100 times. Extremely loud, damaged everywhere, just extremely terrifying. So that was a really, really bad experience to live through, in the sense of just going through a 7.0. And I don't recommend anybody else ever goes through that. So anyways, with that being said, I wanted to also give you a little bonus here. So the greater Los Angeles area, you've probably heard also, is that we have a lot of fires here. And now we used to have fire seasons. Now it's seasonal. So we get fires all year round, and all these areas here in green are mountains. And so you've got all the way from Big Bear Mountains out here to the east. You've got the San Gabriel Mountains and Santa Monica Mountains here. You've got all of these to the north here, okay? So we do have quite a bit of fires here, and you've probably heard that there's been a ton of homes that have burnt in the past as well. So this is just to kind of give you a little heads up that when you do purchase a place out here, I'll look for places, you might not want to live somewhere directly in the mountains or next to a foothill where there could be you know, vegetation that could you know, possibly burn your you know, set your house on fire. So this is just to give you a heads up, and we do have them all year round. So that's kind of a little bonus. So anyways, with that being said, that's my top 9.5 things I want to share with you. So if you're thinking about moving to Los Angeles, go ahead and give us a call, because we got your back, and you can go ahead and shoot us an email, give us a call, send us a text, and we're going to make sure that you have a smooth transition here to Los Angeles, and we're going to look forward to hearing from you. So until next time, we're going to catch you on the next video.